Alright, hello guys, we're in the 2.0, or not, God, I keep on getting that wrong while making these videos, 3.2 version of Honkai Star Rail, and today I am here to tell you, obviously, I have no life. Why? If you look over here, and we go over to Star Rail World, you will see, yes, I'm already level 10 on Virtual World. Which means that yes, I do in fact already have the free-to-play Lightcone that they released for this at S5. I'll show it to you right now. Here it is. So if you look at this Lightcone at S5, increases wearer's attack by 16% for every one different weakness type an enemy target has. Increase the damage dealt to it by the wearer by 8% up to a max of 7 weakness types. Now obviously this is the free-to-play option for Anaxa, right? But say you're like me and you don't want to pull an Axa, or say you try to pull an Axa but you lose the 50-50 and you don't end up getting him. We're here today to figure out, is this a viable option for other erudition units? And the units that we will be testing it on today are obviously the Herta. I gotta scroll here because I don't have them starred right now. Jing Yuan, right? And this was without Sunday. Jing Yuan, Serval, and QQ. Those are the erudition units I have. Those are the units that we are testing them on. So, without further ado, let's hop right into this, and let's just see how the light cones will do in this video. Okay, so now we are here with the first side, and we are using the Herta, obviously, and the Herta is using the light cone. Now I have it level 70 and not level 80 just because I don't have the materials for erudition, because I was mainly getting I was getting materials for nihility, so I could up Fugue, who I just pulled. So I didn't really have that many erudition materials on hand. But for now, as you can see, these are the stats we're rocking with at the start, and put it into perspective, the number is going to be put up right at the top of a normal run for me. With this team using Herta's Light Cone, a normal run I do 4 cycles on this side. So let's see what happens when we switch up the Light Cone here. So we're just going to do my normal strategy. I usually do this. I do have to save a skill point, though, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yeah, because I don't have Herta's Lightcone. That gives me a skill point, so I actually have to keep a conscious note of that. So that is something we do have to remember. So I pop this. We still get Herta ult here, but we're not going to gain a skill point. So normally I'd have 1 here. So then we're going to pop this. And already I'm noticing a big dip in damage. It might not be really apparent, but it is going to matter. I guarantee you it is going to matter. So then we'll pop this. We shall pop the E into this, which lets me do her the follow-up. Nice. Alright, yep, now we'll do an E. Yeah, already I'm seeing a big, major drop in damage. Obviously, because I was using the signature light cone, I'm going to notice that. But that is something I saved up for with free-to-play, so it is kind of free-to-play, but I can understand if people don't have it. So, what do I want to do here? Yeah, we'll do this. Pop that right there. Like, I am definitely noticing that I am not doing the same pacing that I did before, yeah. Yeah, this is so at this point, what happened is I pop this, and Mem would not go here. It would actually be Herta would not have to do that. So we are actually 1 stack short, so we are not going to do this side in 2 cycles like I normally do. Which is very, very rough indeed, because the cycles do matter, especially with this team. Oh, never mind, we are, okay. I just had to use my enhanced E, that's all. Okay. Then normally here, I pop the E. Normally, I'd still have my enhanced E here that I'd save, so I'm just gonna do a single attack there. Normally, I would actually have enough skill points to be able to properly do this, to where what would happen here is I'd pop Mem ult, Herta would get pushed up, and what I'd actually do is I'd pop E here, and I'd wipe out the whole field. But sadly, we actually don't have the privilege of doing that. So we're just gonna basic here, because that's all we can do. Alright, we're gonna wait for that. Gonna let them go. Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't get the skill point. Oh my god. Okay. I can't use this because my field will go down. Let's attack one of the side ones here. Okay. So we're gonna pop this. I just want to give her her field because he already has 2 stacks. I have to E here. Yeah. Holy cow, this is really different than what I'm used to. So there we go, we've got the stack down. He's gonna do his enhanced. Yeesh. I might actually be cooked here. We're gonna find out. We are going to find out. Do I want to push up Herta? Do I? Yeah, we just want her to have the true damage, honestly. Especially with how things are going right now, we definitely just want the true damage going on. Okay, we still get a full board wipe. That's good. That is good. All right, and he's gonna go again here. We're gonna pop Herta, the Herta ult, into Fu Zhuan, so that way I can get my field back up. Perfect. Okay, now I want to pop Mini Herta here. So now we're at least guaranteed. I think this should get us to second. Yep, there we go. Okay, cool. So we're sort of following pace here. Alright, now here comes the real scary part. We really don't have anything to use, which is really rough. Okay, yep, do the follow-up. Perfect. I have to do a basic here because I don't get a skill point. Mini Herta does her follow-ups. Perfect. We do enhance E to get rid of the clones. So already this is slower, right? We're not going to do this in 4 cycles like before. We're already hit the 5 cycle mark. So now it's just about how long is this actually going to take us? That's now the question. It's no longer can we do this in the same time, it's how long is it going to take. So if I do this, that gets me to 100. We get this back up. I kind of have to do this because I don't think a normal. Yeah, this way we get the full enhance on the second stack of enemies. That way we don't have to worry about them. That was my main concern, was the fact that we might not have been able to handle the other. So let's get Mem E right there. Do this. Let's pop an E with you. Okay. Thankfully no Moon Knight ult just yet. You know, everyone hates it when you hear the moon haunts you and then your full team just wipes. Thankfully we don't have to worry about that because he has a Moon Knight ult with us. Okay, pop the ult, bring us back up. And so this portion of the fight took us 7 cycles. So we went from being able to do this part in 4 cycles, and just switching Lightcones to this one dropped me down to 7. So it's a 3 cycle difference between the main Lightcone. But now, what we're going to do is we're going to switch it up. I would like to show it off in a main DPS fashion, but most of the time, I'm pretty sure if you're running it on Anaxa, you're running Anaxa the Herta. So, what we're going to do next is we're going to show it off with Herta's second in slot, which is obviously Herta, and Serval, because you can use Serval as well. So we'll be using these two together. And we're just going to see how well it does. So I will be right back once I have allocated everything I need to, and we will be here with Herta having it. Looks like we did that in 6 cycles. Yep, that looks to be 6 cycles. So we went from doing that in 4 cycles with Herta having her usual Lightcone, now down to 6 cycles. So a 2 cycle difference when you have it on Herta. So now we're going to see how it works on Serval. So let's go take a look at how that works. Okay, and now we are here with, may I make sure the, okay, cool, the music gets off. I can't hear anything because my headset's broken. Only my mic works on my headset now, so I have no idea what it sounds like. But now we are here with Serval. Once again, I'm putting on the screen the Lightcone that I would normally use with Serval for a normal run with this, and the amount of cycles that this side takes. This side is slightly longer than using the double Herta combo. The double Herta combo takes 4, this one takes 6. So just keep that in mind when going forward, that this one is longer than the other. So we are going to see just how much longer it is with this Lightcone. So let's see. Obviously, once again, we're using the Lightcone that came from the 2nd year anniversary event. So we do want to see what it does. So let's see. So obviously, I'm going through my normal rotations here. We're gonna, basically, it kind of goes similar to how the double Herta goes, but we use like Serval ults and such like that. That's really like the only big difference here is we just have Serval. So we pop this. Everything pretty much goes the same. We hit here. We pop an E here. Then we hit this. But as you can see, obviously the big difference is we don't have the whatchamacallit there. Why can't I think? We don't get follow-up attacks. Yes, that's the word. I was like, what is the word I'm looking for? Okay, it's just my brother coming down. But yeah, so here, what I've been debating about this for a while, whether or not to save this E so I can use it in the next phase, or to just pop the Q and save the cycle. I think what I'm going to do on this time is I'm going to actually use the Q because I think it's going to be better to save that E. I think it is better. It may screw up stuff. If it does, I'll cut this part out and we'll just jump to it, another one, right after we kill him. So right after we kill him, what's going to happen is it's going to jump us. So right now, if I'm wrong, it jumps. So let's see. I shouldn't need to pop an E over here. I should pop an E here. Then we hold that. We actually have a crap ton of folds here, so let's use them. Pop this. We are gonna pop the E here. Does ult get me to? It does get me to 100. Okay. Yep. We're gonna pop that. And then we're gonna get Herta back up here. Use the enhanced E. Oh, that didn't let me do what I wanted to do, okay. That's great game, thank you. I was spamming 1 there, but for some reason it wasn't registering. But that's cool. We're still pretty fine. I probably could have popped the E there if I wanted to. But we're fine. Pretty much goes the exact same way still either way. We're gonna get this first portion done before 26 here, but then the real question is whether or not we can do it before 24. That is the main thing we want to see. Is can we actually clear this before the 24? Ooh, and it looks like we are. Okay, cool. Nice. So this is still on pace. That is good. So let's see, then we're gonna pop this E here. Since we Dark Scaby on skill points, we can pop that right there. Then we're gonna pop Serval E. Yeah, we'll pop this. Do that because what we're gonna do here is we're gonna pop this. We're gonna activate Mem. Mem's gonna come back, bring them up. Then we're gonna pop this. That should get rid of both. Perfect. And then he's gonna Moon Knight ult. So there we go. Our backline just got destroyed by a Moon Knight they weren't paying attention to. And now, let's just pop the E as we kill the Moon Knight. And, oh, look, the Moon Knight team's back. So now what we're going to do is we actually, as you can see, we have more toughness bar than we did before. So we can actually attack the main more than we normally do here. So we're going to attack like that. And I don't think Mem takes it out here, right? Doesn't, okay. But it definitely takes it out here. Almost certain, even if I go over to another side. So that kind of sucks, but it's actually, surprisingly, this is going to sound crazy, but this is still on pace. So even starting out, granted we made some mistakes here and there, right? Could have done stuff differently. It's still going the same exact way. We're still going to do this in 6 cycles, by the looks of it. So at least with Serval, with the Lightcone that I use, you can go either or. That is good to know though. So with Serval, it doesn't matter unless I fucked up here. Okay, cool, I didn't. So Serval, there's no difference. Let's move on to the next Erudition unit. Okay, so now this next one, I will warn you, we actually are going into this completely blind, because normally I don't use Jing Yuan. So this is actually a bit different, and we are obviously going to be using Jing Yuan with the Herta, because why not? But we're going to see just how this works out. We're going into this kind of blind. So we actually get to see what the general can do with the Herta, and as you can see, he has 76 right now. If I had his traces up, because like I said, I don't use Jing Yuan, so he's not maxed out for me. So if we had his traces up and like his top trace done, after skill, we would have 91 crit rate. So no, it doesn't really matter, really though. But just know that. So now, see, the real question is, who do I give this to? Probably Herta, because as sad as to say I don't have the orb for Jing Yuan. I got, these two share the same set, but the problem is on Jing Yuan, he does not have an orb. So we are going to give this to the Herta, get the guaranteed 100 crit rate. Alright. We're going to get a hit here. We're going to get an 8-stack Lightning Lord going. But not before ulting. Because Lightning Lord, sorry though, that's my energy. Thank you very much. Okay. 51,000. Okay. So let's pop this. Okay, so this goes similarly to what I do normally on my main double Herta run, where Fujian takes these guys out, so that's actually pretty nice. Oh, she normally doesn't take out those back two, though. That's new. Okay. Anyways, we're going to hit you here. You guys are going to hit here. And we're going to Lightning Lord. Wow, there we go. Well, and the set I have on Jing Yuan, actually I should have said that as well. But the set that Jing Yuan is running he is running the follow-up set. So right now we have the follow-up attack set on him. And then the reason why I'm not using ult there is because I'm going to do this in a similar way to what I normally do. Is I do E, ult, and then right. That's the best way that I know how to do it. And hopefully, Lightning Lord takes out these last two. Let's go. Hail the general. Alright, let's pop E. Pop this. And we'll pop this. So let's see. The general is going to attack here. We are going to E. And then we are going to pop this, which is going to let Herta go. And then we are going to E again. Okay, I was worried that wasn't going to wipe them out because we didn't have... Oh, I thought that didn't click again. I was about to be really upset, but I was afraid that it wasn't going to work because we didn't have Mini Herta. Mini Herta is usually what secures these for us, but it seems like Big Herta is doing a pretty good job doing damage. Lightning Lord. 23. I know I'm reacting like that, but it seriously is surprising just how little damage Jing Yuan does without Sunday. It's actually, like, crazy. Just how much Sunday helps this man out. Do I want to pop ults? Not really, because that'll push Lightning Lord forward. So let's just do this. Ooh, am I gonna have to pop E here? No, I shouldn't. Let's go. Now? Okay, whew. I was about to say, like, scaring me a bit there, game. Alright, we're gonna pop this here. We will pop the E here. We are going to pop a Lightning Lord. Get the 6 stacks, and then we are going to get 8 stacks here. And Lightning Lord, finish off your enemies. He finished off 2. You know what? We'll take that. We'll take 2. Oh, that's right. Moon Knight ult. Wasn't paying attention to our backline. Our backline just got wiped out by the Moon Knight. You know, it is what it is. Our backline should have been paying attention more. That's not my fault. I blame that on the Jeff player that we had. Anyways, we're going to pop ult here. Honestly, all in all, this isn't really as bad as I was expecting. Obviously, that's because, you know, we're using the Herta. But, like, it's actually, in all honesty, a lot better than I originally thought it was going to be. I genuinely thought this run was going to be a whole lot worse than what it is right now. This is actually fairly impressive. I'm actually very much so impressed. Because this might be our quickest one with this Lightcone. Because yeah, this might be 5 cycles. Let's see what happens. So we're going to pop this. And then we're going to use the great Lightning Lord. Strike him down. Yes, thank you. Pop that. You push Herta up. Alright, this should finish it. Yeah, wow, this is the quickest one so far. Let's go. Finish him. Boom. So yeah, there you go. The General. If you have the General, he is, in fact, actually pretty decent with that. That is actually very shocking. That is the fastest we've done it with this Lightcone. So far, the General is winning when it comes to this Lightcone. But now, there's one more partner we have to test. And we all know this can go a certain way depending on how our luck is. Let's whip out the Gambling Gremlin. Okay, and now we are here at the end of the video with my final thoughts on this. And to be honest, when it comes to this Lightcone, there's obviously some cases where it can be put to good use, as you saw with Jing Yuan. It was actually pretty well with him. It worked pretty well. In all honesty, I did not expect Jing Yuan to do as well as he did because there was no Sunday on the team to help him. So he was able to give enough buffing damage to the Herta to actually have her do, if I'm correct, I need to go back in the recording and when editing this, but if my memory serves correct, Jing Yuan was the fastest with this Lightcone. He did it in the fewest cycles. So that is good. You actually love to see that. But anyways, now that we've done that, final thoughts on it, I'm going to be completely honest. I would not use this Lightcone over any of the other Lightcones I have. Because with Mini Herta, I am not using that Lightcone over the Birth of the Self. It is just too good. It is literally designed for her. and I would not use that Lightcone over it. The same goes for Serval. Like her Lightcone, the one that was made for her, make the world clamor, I would not replace that. It is perfect for her. So, I could see it being used on Jing Yuan, right? Where's my Jing Yuan? Jing Yuan, please show yourself. Thank you. I could see it being used on Jing Yuan, right? Whether you don't, if you don't have Eternal Calculus, right? I don't have Eternal Calculus S5, so maybe you want to use it instead of Eternal Calculus. Maybe you want to use it instead of the Series Instant Breakfast, which is probably the other one I would use on this. Mainly the other ones I probably wouldn't use. I'm not sure. Who knows? Maybe I would use Genius's Riposte. I'm not too sure. But when it comes to the end of the day, my thoughts on this Lightcone. Is it worth it if you do not have an Axis? No.